And I'm on a program where it's less than $500 a month. So it's not, I realize that's more than a lot of people want to invest in something where you have no idea if you'll ever make a penny back. But if you're talking about creating essentially a whole new business or a whole new aspect of your business using wildly sophisticated technology, that's a pretty small investment in my book, because I've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars before on initially with online training and with apps and things like that. So it's a that's to me was what exciting about it is it's now accessible to, I think, the average author, expert, consultant, trainer, coach, therapist, lawyer. Now, before you get too excited, you say, "Oh, wait, TJ, if you're a lawyer and you use this, you can get in trouble." I heard about ChatGPT being used by lawyers and it was garbage, and they had sanctions against them. Maybe, but if you are a lawyer and you, let's say you highly specialize in wills for people in Florida, and you also specialize in, let's say, people 40 to 50 with a certain net worth and have certain similar issues, and you've already written 100 wills, you could simply input all of those wills in, and you could take out the name so you're not violating any client's confidentiality. You could input all of those wills into your digital clone, and then it's got it in there. So you could then type, okay, I now need a will for TJ. Here are a handful of facts about him. Give me the will. And it could spit out something that's already done in a way that is more nuanced than just what a computer program would currently do. And I realize, you can have forms right now with legal documents, but what you can't easily do is input everything you've ever done, every thought you've ever done. And let's say you are an attorney and you specialize wills, and 5 times a week you have to meet with new prospective clients. And guess what? They all ask the same questions. And you got to take an hour out of your time that's not billable to talk to them. Wouldn't it be nice? Excuse me, my face just got out of focus. So sometimes that gets the focus back. We're having a slight problem with focus today. Apologies for that. So wouldn't it be nice if you were this estate attorney to be able, when a new prospect writes to you or emails, "Hey, I'm interested in hiring you to write a will. Can I come talk to you about how you work?" Wouldn't it be nice to say, "I'm happy to talk to you. I'm tied up this afternoon. Here is my clone that can answer any question of yours. So just hit the button, talk to it like you're talking to me, and it can be 100% responsive to you. I'm still happy to meet with you face to face, but I'm tied up today and tomorrow. Can we meet Friday?" So it may be that the person is already sold on you if they've had an hour-long conversation with you, with your clone, because you've answered all their questions. Now, I haven't gotten the sales version of my clone done yet, but I'm very excited about the possibility of that for a couple of reasons. Number one, ideally, the clone is so thorough, represents you so well, and spends as much time with the other person. If they want to talk for 4 hours, the clone doesn't have another meeting to go to. The clone doesn't get impatient. The clone doesn't have dinner reservations they have to run off to. So it may be the clone actually does a much better job of representing you, selling your services than you could. And if you can already get the client to sign up and say, "Start billing me," wow, it saved an hour of your time. That's fantastic. The other advantage is it might save you a tremendous amount of time in the face-to-face meeting. Let's say someone does go to your clone, ask all the questions, feels really good about you. So now when they come in Friday morning, after having already spent an hour and a half talking to your clone, they're already pre-sold. They don't have to waste your time asking all the basic questions again and again and again. Instead, they can get down to business, and it could be things like, "Okay, I'm ready to start. How much do you charge?" And I can email the documents about my land and property here. So instead of spending an hour where you're still trying to sell someone and they're thinking, "Well, I got to go talk to 5 other attorneys," the hour meeting might be a 10-minute meeting and involves closing rather than the hour-long meeting that's still involved with all the sales process saying the same thing. So that's a part of how I see this really evolving and being such a fantastic tool for really any professional, anyone who works in the knowledge business. I mean, right now, we don't have clones that will help you if you're a dishwasher. And I say that without I've been a dishwasher before. Been a long time, but I've washed dishes when I was 19 years old, a summer job. A digital clone is not going to help you if you're a dishwasher. Now, at some point, an actual clone, a robotic clone would, but then the restaurant would get that and they wouldn't need to hire you. So I'm not talking about every single person for every profession, but if you were in a knowledge profession, this is going to be a huge asset. But let's talk about the timeline. If you get in now ahead of the game of all your competitors, but people are starting to use it and look for it, I think you're going to do very well. And you're going to, worst case scenario, save a lot of time. So maybe you work 40 hours a week now. Maybe you want to work 30 hours a week. The clone might help you get there. Let's say you want to make a lot more profit in your business. I think the clone, if deployed the right way, used the right way to its full capacity, I can't imagine how it won't help people make a lot of money, especially if you're an early adopter and you catch that wave of when it's relatively easy to get in, but 99% of your competitors aren't there, but the public is asking for it. I mean, that's what happened to people who hopped into YouTube early and TikTok early. They got in early, very little competition. They amassed huge audiences. And then when other people came in 5 years later, maybe with better content sometimes, they never sort of got up that hill initially. They never gained traction, and a lot of them quit or stayed very much at the minor leagues of those niches. I think we're going to see exactly the same thing here.